Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about a hot topic that's been discussed recently in lots of videos, the right to fair use. I don't know if you watched it, but a few weeks ago Beato posted a nice long video about him receiving a lot of content claims. Universal Music Group sometimes send him 25 claims a day, which is a crazy amount. And he was wondering, do they even know we're legally allowed to use content in our videos? Do people even know that? And if so, why do they keep on filing things?
UMG, Universal Music Group, has continued to send emails about copyright content ID claims and now copyright strikes on my channel. As a matter of fact, I have 3 shorts, okay, these are under a minute long, that if they go through in the next 4 days, I'll have 3 strikes on my channel.
And then recently he posted an update saying that he's still receiving these content claims and that he's now fighting all of them. And he urges especially young creators to also fight these and basically use your right of fair use. In response to his earlier video, there was a lawyer that responded this.
If you're using a song that belongs to Universal, even if Universal doesn't want you to use its song, if what you're doing qualifies as fair use, Universal doesn't get a say.
And that made me wonder, is this even true? Can Universal Music Group just file these claims? Can they do this? Is this illegally allowed? Let's take a look. First, there's the US copyright law. And there's 4 factors involving whether something is fair use or not. And one of them is the purpose character. So, for instance, it can be educational, it shouldn't be commercial, etc. The nature of the work. So it depends what type of work it is, the amount it's used, and the effect on the market. And it does allow like transformative, educational, and critical uses. Beato is clearly educational, and he's claiming in his video that he's not making a lot of money from his videos. He showed an example that he's only making $35, so that doesn't seem commercial. And his lawyer who responded to it also considered it for fair use. So what's the problem? Why is he still receiving claims? This is the thing though, YouTube isn't just Americans gearing towards other Americans. YouTube is a global platform, so not just US laws apply to this. And one of the most important things is that Universal Music Group is located in many different places, but their main office is in the Netherlands, where I'm from, and where also from watching this video from Beato, so that means it's set to a global audience. So this main office is located in Hilversum. The rules in Europe are a lot different. They don't really have a broad fair use. If I want to use something other than a quote, so a sample of a song, for instance, I'm not allowed to do that without the permission of the creator. In the Netherlands, there's the auteurswet. You're allowed to quote for news and for educational purposes, but usually music does not fall under this part. So you're not allowed to use 10 seconds of music. I am allowed to use a few seconds of a quote, for instance, what I did at the beginning of my video. It's a lot stricter and narrower than in the US. Then let's take a bit broader even. Let's take the global map. Because content uploaded in one country is accessible like worldwide, and so it must comply with multiple legal systems. Content that's uploaded here but also maybe has a broad audience in Japan must be able to show there. So even if Beato would sue like Universal Music Group in the US for harassment, as he claimed in his latest video, for not being able to show and use things under the fair use policy, then Universal Music Group would be able to sue him for showing his content in different other countries, most of the countries in Europe. Rick Beato shared a quote that he had with a creator in Italy. So then naturally the Italy laws apply there. It's not just that easy. So let's take a look. So China is a lot less specific, so this wouldn't be allowed. Canada has some research and criticism and news, but this also doesn't apply. Australia, criticism, parroting, news reporting, so that's definitely doesn't apply. Japan is very strict, only quotations. And Brazil is also pretty specific. So in summary, if you look at it broadly from the entire world, there's only a very small percentage where you're allowed to use music, or a very small part of music, for free. And this might suck. Obviously, I would like to maybe sometimes give an example about some music as well in my videos, and I can't. But is it fair? So let's create another country. Let's call it Spotify. And in this country, all use is allowed. So I'm allowed to post someone else's song fully on my channel, no problem. Let's say we have a creator from the US who created this music there, and I just grab it, smack it on my video, and be done with it. But of course, the rules of Spotify do not apply to that content that was obviously also created in a different country that doesn't have that same laws. But even a Spotify, someone from Spotify who created a song, posted it online, and it would have been used in a different country, it would still be able to claim for parts of that, monetization from that country. And that's what makes this entire discussion so crazy, is that you have to take into account so many laws from so many different countries, and there isn't just one size fits all. And that's in contrary to what Rick Beato says, who basically says, fight for your right, keep on using it, and claim fair use. I would say, be careful and don't do it if you're not really sure what you're doing, because you might be ending up in a really broad war over jurisdiction over your content, and that's basically not worth it. Safer things would maybe be credit sources. If you do it, keep it short and necessary. Quotations are usually fine. Document if you have any claims. You can usually do like a small cover with slightly different music around it. That's usually fine. Use public domain material, or just ask for permission from the user. Ask them not to content strike you. Sign a contract with them before you do an interview, stating that you want to keep the revenue fully for yourself, or have an agreement. You get 50%, you get 50%. After all, we're all creatives, and shouldn't we all be paid for our work? If you want to know more, click on the sources. I've added them below, and be sure to like and subscribe.